Hi, this is Monika. Thank you for joining me for today's Bhramari humming bee breath pranayama breathwork practice. This breath is soothing to the nervous system. It is calming, relaxing, wonderful to do at night or at the end of your yoga practice before Shavasana. So thank you again for joining me. And before we get started, take a moment to inhale and exhale. Bhramari pranayama breath is also known as humming bee breath because on the exhale of this breath, we are humming. And that humming, that buzzing is kind of creating this vibration in the head, in the chest, the throat, almost like a buzzing, humming bee. So this is a stress relieving breath. It also helps to relieve any tension in the head if you kind of feel those stress headaches, any tension, migraines, and also just soothing to the nervous system. Humming is actually a great strategy to regulate the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve is what is connecting and communicating your brain with your gut, with the organs and various systems of your body, sending signals back and forth. And when you're experiencing any dysregulation in the vagus nerve, this can show up as illness, especially due to chronic stress. So this breath and this humming is a great way to help to regulate the vagus nerve and then also the entire nervous system. Bhramari breath is typically practiced with a mudra, which is a specific configuration of your fingers and your hands to invoke a certain sensation or energy within your practice. So Bhramari is typically practiced with Shanmukhi mudra, which is a mudra that includes covering it's thought of as the 6 gates of your senses. So the eyes, the nostrils, the mouth, the ears, with your fingers in combination with this breath to get the most effect. And you can also just drop the mudra altogether and just do the breath and keep your hands resting on your knees if you'd like, or wherever is comfortable for you. Bhramari humming bee breath, when practiced with Shanmukhi mudra, is part of a practice called Pratyahara. Pratyahara is one of the 8 limbs of yoga, and it actually refers to withdrawing from the senses. So going inward and no longer allowing the senses to be a distraction in your awareness, directing your awareness inward and using your inward awareness as that compass for your state of being. And Bhramari humming bee breath with Shanmukhi mudra, lots of words, but this breath is a great way to practice this withdrawing from the senses, this focusing inward, going inward. So I'll teach you how to do Bhramari humming bee breath. This breath is a deep, steady inhale, and on the exhale, we are humming. I'll give you one example here of what this breath looks like. So again, deep inhale, and on the exhale, a steady hum. And you just kind of allow that breath to ride the hum. This hum is just a steady, even, consistent tone. And that, in combination with the mudra, helps to kind of create this vibration, this reverberation in the head that is very soothing. We'll next teach you the mudra that you can use in combination with this. Shanmukhi mudra is where you use your fingers to cover these gates of your senses. So you're using the thumbs to cover your ears, you're using the index fingers to cover your eyes, the middle fingers are closing your nostrils, and the ring and pinky fingers are resting on the lips, signifying closing the lips. So that is the full Shanmukhi mudra, but for this breath, we need our nostrils. We need to be able to inhale and exhale. So a variation that I like to do is actually just using my middle finger and my thumb. So I close the ears with my thumbs, and then I place the middle fingers over my eyelids just to kind of rest, to close out any light that I can see through my eyes. And then I just allow the remaining fingers to just come to the face and rest gently on the face. So this allows me to keep the nostrils open, and that's kind of a variation that you can use with this humming bee breath to still allow your inhale and exhale as you're closing the ears, closing the eyes. Feel free to drop the mudra. No need to use that if it's feeling confusing or restrictive to you in any way. Feel free to just continue with the breath. Join me, we'll do 7 rounds of this breath. I'm going to engage the mudra, closing the eyes with the middle finger. We'll close the ears, and we'll start with the inhale, taking 7 rounds of this breath. Inhale, exhale, 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 you can remove the hands from your face if you had the mudra. Keep the eyes closed and let's take 1 cleansing breath. Inhale and exhale. Just to reset. Go ahead and open the eyes. That was our 7 rounds of the Bhramari humming bee breath. I hope you feel relaxed and de-stressed. And if you did use the mudra, I just love that feeling of, it really does feel like you're wrapped up in a little cocoon. It gives me such a cozy, safe, warm feeling. And that humming, just stimulating, regulating the vagus nerve, regulating, soothing the nervous system. I recommend practicing this breath at the end of your yoga practice before your shavasana. If you do want to incorporate this with your yoga practice, you can do this breath in bed, maybe sitting up before you lie down and go to sleep for the evening, just to soothe and relax yourself for a restful night of sleep. So thank you for joining me for this Bhramari humming bee breath, pranayama breath practice. This was Om Monika, and I'll leave you with an Om.